Hi, my name's Kev. This is my friend Martin, and today we're going to chat to you about mole traps and the best way to catch moles. Now, if you're a Disney lover and you like Tales from the Riverbank, then you probably don't want to be watching this video. But if you've got a garden like this over here, then you probably do want to be watching this video. This is my top paddock here, which we use in the summer, and there's about 50 molehills. I haven't been up here for some time, and moles love peace and quiet, and they can just get on with their digging with no disturbance, and they will run riot. This is just one mole that's done this, but if you catch it quickly, there's only a couple of molehills, you can get it. So anyway, it's been left a long time, and I'm going to show you the best traps to use and how to catch them. So anyway, if you would like to carry on watching the video, then I'm going to get rid of Martin because he probably doesn't want to watch. So here we go. Bye bye, Martin. Okay, well, first of all, if you do like moles, you can actually catch them live, but you have to let them loose somewhere else, and that is not going to make your neighbours happy. There's also these things which give a little bleep every so often, scare them all away, and I won't say run off next door, but he'll go next door, and once again he will make your neighbours fed up, and your neighbour won't like you. So I don't recommend one of these. There's all sorts of ways that people say to catch moles. There's, first of all, some people say fill the moles' tunnels with water, but the trouble is they go for miles and miles, meters and meters, and you'll never fill it up with water because the water will just soak into the ground, so that's no good. Another suggestion: connect a pipe to the back of your petrol car and gas it. That doesn't work either. There's too many tunnels, and obviously the earth leaks, so no good. Another one I've never tried: you can actually put a larger pot underneath the tunnel, and the mole will run along here. I'm going to get Martin's friend here. Let me introduce you to Marvin, and he's going to be my demonstrator. So he comes along, and you put that along the tunnel, and he falls in there, and you can catch him live, and then you do whatever. But that will just make a mess of your garden, so no good either. Right, these are the traps that we're going to kill the mole now. So these are the traps which I've used. Some are good, some are not so good, but I don't think I'm allowed to comment on that. But the ones I've had most success with, I should tell you. This here is a Victor trap. Comes from America, and you place it over the tunnel, and the mole will come through here underneath, and he'll lift this plate up. I hate these traps. They're horrible to set, and they're not very successful either. But when he lifts this plate up here, I'm going to lay it down just so you can see. When he lifts that plate up, the spike will come down, and that's how you'll have a speared mole. But as I say, I don't like these traps. They're horrible to set, and I don't think they're very nice. So I haven't ever caught a mole with that, and they're expensive, so not that brilliant for me. Okay, this is a trap which I managed to get hold of, and it's quite nice because you don't have to do too much looking for the tunnels with this. You actually place this, you go to a molehill, find where the hole comes out of the molehill, and you push this down inside, and then when your mole comes along, sadly Marvin's a little bit too fat, so they're not usually that fat moles, so we'll use the other end. But what happens there, he comes in, and we'll put it down there again. If you can see, he comes out of his tunnel, pushes on that, and that's him. It's a pretty instant death, so quite humane. So that's that one. Ouch. Right, I've caught about 3 or 4 moles with those, and they're easier to set, and sometimes moles are very clever and they will set your traps off sometimes, so it's quite good to use a variety of traps just to catch them out. This one here, I've caught a few moles with this one. This is a tunnel trap, and these are set, so I've got to be a bit careful. But you place these into the tunnel like that, and then you have to dig out, find where the tunnel is first, and then you place this right into the tunnel so it's part of his tunnel. And then when the mole comes along, he will come into there and he will go through the big ring because it's part in his tunnel, and then you press that there, and that's how you catch him. Nearly all of these traps you can see when they've gone off because they spring up, and you can see from the top without pulling them up where they stick out the ground. So that's, sorry about that, Marvin, let's just get you out. So, and they've got one on either end, so you can, if he comes from either direction, he can, let me just, you can catch him. Caught quite a few moles with that, that's a good one. Right, now we come to claw traps. Various types of these. This one I haven't had so much success with, but it works on the same principle as the tunnel trap. You have to find the hole and you place it down into the tunnel, and then the mole comes through and he pushes that plate out of the way and he's caught there. Okay, and then the one I've had the most success with is this one, which is a claw trap. And once again, you place this into the tunnel. You'd have to find the tunnel, dig it out and place it in like this, and then the mole will come along. And what he does with this one, he lifts this plate up with his back as he goes through. Now what I like to do is put a little bit of soil in the middle here, just a little bit, and he starts moving around a bit, I assume, but I've had quite success with that. But anyway, he comes along and he lifts this plate up, and that's him caught. And that's really it. So thank you for your help, Marvin. I'm going to chuck you over with your mate, and I'm going to show you how to do these traps in a minute. But first of all, if you look over there, you need to find fresh molehills. Now, because there are so many, I haven't got a clue which ones are fresh ones. So if you've got this situation, you need to tidy it all up first, and then you can do the trapping, which I shall show you in probably about an hour's time, but for you it'll be only half a minute. So I'll be back in a minute. Hi again. Right, I haven't cleaned up all the molehills. It's going to take me far too long, but I've cleared a couple away. And if you look here, there was one here, just over here, and there was one just over here. So you shovel all the soil away. It's great soil for potting plants and things. There's no stones in it. It's lovely. So that's one nice thing. So you clear those away, and then when you see a fresh molehill come up, usually you can see, because the soil is damp. If you look over there, there's they're all damp, to be honest, because it's been raining. But you look for a fresh molehill, and then you get a prodding stick. You stay over there a minute, Jack. And this is no good because I forgot my prodding stick, but you use a metal prodding stick and you prod into the ground. Keep prodding, and you'll feel the tunnel. Okay, so when you've got a fresh molehill, go alongside and feel for the tunnel. Over here we've got one which we have found. So I did this one earlier. It's very wet, the grass. It's much nicer doing this in the summer, but you can't always choose when the right time is. So I just put a piece of board down. Now you can use gloves if you want to, but what I find is to get some soil off a molehill. Just imagine, just get some soil and just give your hands a good rub, because moles will smell your hands and it will scare them off, and they know something's going on. So get your hands really dirty, and you're ready for business. Now this is one I've just put in make believe. Let's have him out. Okay, so when you've put your prodding stick in, before this is dug, you put your prodding stick in, and then you get your trowel, which has gone missing. You can stay there a sec, Jax. Here he is. And then what I do is I take some of the top turf off, like this. I'm just going to show you over here. Take a couple of bits and take that back, because you can use this to cover the trap up afterwards, because you don't want the mole to suspect anything's going on. So anyway, what you do, dig down. Once you find the tunnel, dig down, find the tunnel, and really get in there and give it a good clean out. And then both ends of the tunnel, this isn't actually a tunnel because I just did a make-believe one, but you'll feel the tunnel, and you put your fingers down there and keep it nice and clean, both ends, so the mole can come straight through and straight into your trap. Okay, there's various traps, as I said before. You make the hole to suit your trap. This is the claw trap, so you put him in there into the tunnel like this, right in the tunnel. Don't put the legs in the way of the tunnel, otherwise that will be no good. And you place it in, and then you disguise it with some turfs afterwards. This one here, this is one I set it up for. You put it in there, same thing again. It's not set, this trap, so when it's set, these springs will be down here, and the set, and you'll just get your turfs, and then you just disguise it a little bit, just so he can't see any light. Sorry, I don't think they can see anyway. They're blind. So, but anyway, disguise that with turfs, and then get a marker stick. I've got a few of these painted with yellow on the tops, and just stick it near the trap. So when you come back, you can find the trap easy and see where it's gone off. You're going to get sometimes the moles will set the trap off and you won't catch them. And I've had a day when I had about 5 traps went off, and I don't know why, but whether they learn about how to get them out of the ground, I don't know. But they're very clever animals, and your garden can become like a battlefield. It's not. It's more of a war than a battle, and until you get him, he's just going to do so much damage. But that really is about all I can tell you. Good luck, and thank you for watching.